Welcome to Dream Right Go. I am DWG. Let's get it. So, right off the bat, we're going to be talking about creating particles inside of this tutorial. We're going to go over particle creation. I'm going to be using GPU Particle 2D, configuring the particle effect, optimizing, and project organization to some degree. Now, these are my study notes that I use to study and teach myself. So, these are very beginner friendly as I see it. Now, I'm going to use Blazium today. Normally, I jump into Godot 4.4, but I'm going to use Blazium today. Blazium had a release on April 1st, I believe, and we're going to go ahead and give that a go. So, with this selected, we're going to go ahead and click on Create, and then we're going to name this project. And let's see here. We're going to name it Creating Particles. Make sure the Created folder is selected. I'm going to click on Browse, go to my Godot folder, Godot base folders, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Blazium. Select this folder, leave it as forward, take Get to None, and hit Create. Blazium. Okay, so what we're going to do first is jump on over here to the 2D. Now, since I've been playing around inside of Blazium, there's a few things that I've noticed. The top bar here is a little different than what it is in Godot. Godot has these things opened up here. So Blazium has a kind of a tighter, a cleaner bar up here. Now, me personally, I prefer having these open, but that's just my own personal thing. It doesn't mean that there's anything bad about Blazium. I think that it looks pretty darn cool, to tell you the truth. The other thing that I looked at was the commands here. Like if I click on R, which should be the ruler, right? When I do that, it doesn't seem to, let's see, it doesn't seem to go or switch over to the ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and click on ruler. And then the other thing I notice is that in Godot, whenever I do this, there's like a roller, like a triangle type roller that comes out. And it doesn't seem to happen inside of Blazium. Now, this totally could be me. This doesn't mean that there's something wrong with Blazium or anything. It completely could be me. Maybe there's a setting or something that I'm not quite doing right, but that's just something that I had noticed. All right. So first off, we're going to jump over into 2D scene. I'm going to click this and I'm going to change this to app root. If you watched any of my videos, you know I do the app root a lot. I'll explain why I do that later on. Maybe this video, maybe not. I don't know. From there, I'm going to I want to create a folder in here. And in this folder, I'm going to name this effects and click OK there. All right, so I got the app root. Now I'm going to right click on effects and then click on create new or hover on create new. Then I want to go to scene, right? Because I'm going to make a new scene inside of the effects folder. And now this scene is going to be a 2D scene, and I want this. Now, if I remember this correctly, I think I want to make this particle effects is what I'm going to name this. So I'm going to go ahead and name this particle effects. Now this is all good. We're going to go ahead and click OK. Now that that has been created, let's open up the effects folder. I'm going to right click on particle effects, and we're going to make this set to main. Okay. So if I hit on the play button, it's going to open up and it's going to play this TSCN, right? Let's go ahead and hit stop on that. Get rid of the debug. All right, so now that that part has been done, I'm going to go to the top here, click on particle effects, right click, add child, and from here we're going to put in GPU, and we're looking for the GPU particles 2D, which has been selected. We're going to go ahead and click on create. Now that that has been done, I'm going to double click that and backspace and rename this to my particles. With that done, I'm going to go down to the file system. Let's right click, open up file manager. And then I want to go to my downloads of where I created this, this particle one. Which one do I want to choose? I think I want this one. And I'm going to copy this one here and then move back to the effects folder. And I'm going to paste that inside of there. That's a PNG file that has a transparent background. And you will see that it has updated here as particle 1 next. This is something that I have made inside of Canva if you're interested in that. Now that that particle texture has been pulled in, you'll notice that my particle has been selected. And if we look over here to the right underneath the inspector, GPU, you'll see that it has texture. We're going to open up this. We see how it has empty. We're going to open that up, go down to load. And from load, we're going to go into the effects folder. I'm going to select that and hit open. I probably could have just drug that over more than likely, but I wanted to, show you that. So, all right. So you see that I have this particle up there. Now, what happens when we go ahead and hit play is that you will notice that it's over here off to the side, and we're going to move it, right? So let's go ahead and stop that. Let's grab this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So this is unexpected because I was just talking about the ruler, but here it is. But I guess it doesn't activate unless something is on there. Maybe that's what happens. So let's go ahead and click up here and hit on select. Now I'm going to move this over. Nope, that didn't work. What am I doing wrong? Oh, you know what's happening? Okay, let's go ahead and hit on my particle. Let's go down to, what do I have to do? I have to go to process material. You'll see that this is empty. Let's click that. We're going to click on new. And then there we go. Now we got some action going on. And you see that it's doing its thing. Okay. So let's go ahead and click on that, close the output, and let's click on play. And we should see the star going on, right? All right. Now, we also, inside of Blazium, they have the feature that is inside of Godot 4.4, which is the game view mode. So if we go ahead and click that, we basically should see the, wait. What is, no? Oh, wait, we have to hit, okay, all right, so, wait, am I doing this right? No, we go back here. We have to hit play. Then under game. But weren't we already under game? So it must automatically go ahead and put us in the game mode here, right? And then I think since we're in game mode, we should be able to adjust this particle that I'm working with. So if you look here underneath amount, right now there's like 8 particles, doing their thing, right? So I can, there we go. So in real time, I'm affecting it right now. So it's going down to 1 particle. It's spawning and then, going down. Okay. So I'm just going to put 4, right? Now let's look underneath the particle, the process material. If we look underneath there and go underneath spawn, you'll see velocity, and then you'll have the inherent velocity. There's something else that I'm looking for. It's not that, not velocity, and it's not spawn. It is, no, you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for acceleration. So underneath acceleration, you're going to see gravity, and you'll see that you have your gravity here. Now on the Y, it has a 98.0. Now we can go ahead and hit the minus sign, and that'll go in the opposite direction, I believe. Let's hit enter, and it does. It goes in the opposite direction, okay? Now, right now, I'm not even following the tutorial that I created. I'm not really following it. I'm just going to just kind of wing it a little bit here. I want to see just how much of this do I remember on my own without, looking over at the paper and everything. So if I go ahead and hit 0 on here, and then just hit 0, that should stop the gravity, and it makes everything right there. So, and we're still in game mode, which is cool because now inside of game mode, you can see the changes that you're doing like right there while the game is, running, realistically running and whatnot, right? So there we have that. And now if I wanted to, see under display, okay, yeah, color curves. All right, so underneath color curves, you're going to have your color ramp. Now, just underneath color, I should be able to choose this and change this to a whole different color. And it probably would have worked better if this was like an all white particle, but I still think I can have, or can I not? Yes, no. I think if it was an all white particle, oh, oh snap. Okay, what am I doing? Huh? Well, you know what? Let's stop. Let's stop the. Let's go back to 2D. Let's click on here. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. See. See now we're affecting that. You make it like a red star. You go blue star. Ooh, look at that. That looks like the Enderman star from uh Mooncraft, or not Mooncraft. Minecraft. The Enderman had like purple eyes in the movie. That was a goofy movie, but let's see what this looks like. I'm just gonna hit. Let's stop. Let's stop, and then hit. If I hit play, does it automatically goes to game mode? Okay, look at that. That's pretty cool, right? And then, so the color, yeah. Now underneath the color ramp is where you can actually add a gradient to it. And I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what I'm doing right inside of here, but that's not too bad. Hey, let's go ahead and close that. I'm gonna look at this and see what happens. Ooh, black hole sun, won't you come and shed the rain or something like that. In any case, that's not bad. I didn't even expect to do this, so that's pretty darn cool. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. I might recreate this video because I might do another version of this video because there was actually some steps that I wanted to do, but I just kind of started going off on my own, which is really cool in my opinion, because when you start going off on your own, it starts to show a level of curiosity and learning and understanding of certain things. Because something inside of my mind was probably like, oh well, we kind of went over this over and over again. Why don't we go over here and see what this is happening? And it's kind of nice when that happens all on its own. So I applaud me for that. And you should applaud yourself as well. This is DWG. I'm out of here. Peace.